Hi everyone, this is Connor with Grand Valley's Recreation Wellness Department, and today we're going to be taking you through an upper body focused exercise routine using household items that you can typically have available to you without any additional purchase. And then for each second and third set, I will be using some more common household equipment or just common equipment that you might have bought from online or anything like that that you can also feel free to utilize. But for everybody that's using the home equipment today, all we're going to need is some floor space. We're going to want just a couch level item or something that can go about knee height, something like just a common bath towel, and then anything that can use a door or a door frame as well. So make sure you have all that set up for our full body, and then we're going to get started with a quick warm up. All of our exercises will be for 30 seconds today. We're going to do 30 seconds with a supine shoulder raise. So we're going to lay down flat onto the ground. We're going to raise our arms just above our heads until our thumbs touch to the ground behind us. And then we're just going to come back forward. You're just going to try to go through just nice and easy reps of just bringing your shoulders up and then back down to the side. Great. We're halfway through. We should just be feeling those shoulders start to loosen and warm up. Maybe you can reach a little bit further back behind yourself for a little bit deeper into that stretch. Great work. Listen for that beep. Great. Between each of our exercises today, for the warm-up, we'll get about 10 seconds, and then when we get into the actual workload, we're going to get about 30. Next, what we're going to do, just a big chest opener. We're just swinging those arms back and forth, really trying to get everything to, again, loosen up. Now we're going a little bit more across that frontal plane. Great. If you notice, I like to switch my hand placement with one hand going over the top, and then the next time that it comes over, it goes underneath. Okay? Great. What we're going to get into next are just some shoulder circles. So all you're going to do, big shoulder circles for maybe 4 or 5. Then you can switch arms, doing 4 or 5, and then you can take it back the opposite way too. So we just got started with our 30 seconds, so feel free to go. You can do one arm at a time, just like this. After you get through about 5, then you can do both arms at the same time. Maybe go 5 in one direction again, bring it back, 5 in the other direction. Got about 10 seconds left. And then after you get through some of those, you can mix it up to some smaller circles both ways. Great. Next, what we're going to focus on is something called a scat push-up. So we're actually going to get ourselves into our push-up position, or you can be knees down. And the only thing that we're going to focus on moving, the shoulders. We're just getting those shoulders to, again, warm up by drawing them back and down. So I'm pinching my shoulder blades back and down. And then I'm just pushing them a little bit forward again. Great. You can see I'm not even really bending my elbows, going down towards the floor or anything. Again, we're just trying to warm up that big shoulder girdle area. Make sure that everything's primed for all of our movements later. Nice job. Nice job. Great. And now what we're going to do, we're going to take that towel or whatever household item you're using. All we want to see out of this is that we're just trying to get a big stretch. I'm just trying to pull this and pinch my shoulder blades in the back. And you're just trying to hold that. This is called an isometric hold. Basically, your muscle does not change in length. However, tension does not leave it. We're going to be using this for a few different exercises today, and the towel or a resistance band is a great piece of equipment to utilize for some of that training. Nice job. Only about 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and break. So, for the first set today, we're going to go through 3 different exercises that are going to be focused on pushing on this upper body using our chest and our triceps mostly. First set that we're going to go into, we're going to be going over an incline push-up. All of our exercises today will actually take the same kind of a curve where we go for something more difficult to something a little bit easier to something a little bit easier towards the end as well. Because you will be fatiguing towards the end of each of our 30 seconds, we want to make things a little bit more progressively easier for you. So, you can start with your feet up on this elevated surface, just like so for incline push-ups. All we're going to do, we're going to do 30 seconds, down, back up, down, back up. If this feels a little bit too difficult, feel free to drop yourself down to being level, even knees down if necessary. Dragging ourselves down, back up. Again, adjust those hands so everything feels nice and comfortable. And we're in a straight line returning to the top position. Okay? Again, if that feels a little bit too easy, you can always up the incline of how you're using your feet. The next exercise that we'll go over is going to be a rotating push-up. So all this is going to do is we're going to go down, come back up, and as I come up, I'm going to turn and rotate my body into one side. So right now I'm rotating it into this left side to get a little extra squeeze on my left pec. Then I come back down to center, squeeze the other way. Down, back out, down, and back out. Okay? That feels a little bit too difficult. Again, drop yourself down to knee level, anything like that. And all we're trying to do is get that same motion of push, come out, and rotate. Push, come out, and rotate. Nice job. And then for that last one, all we want to have, again, like I said, a door frame or a door. You can use either or. If you're going to use a door or something like that from a closet, put one foot in front of the corner of that door as an anchor point. Place your hand on the inside of that door, and all you're going to do is you're going to try to bring your hand from this position to this position, but it's going to be locked in place by that heel. So you should feel a nice big squeeze coming right through the chest right here. And again, you can bend your elbow a little bit. If that feels uncomfortable, keeping your arm really straight, you can straighten your arm or put it like this. I'll show you from this side so you can see what my arm would look like on the inside of the door. Boom, right here. Squeezing for 30 seconds. Or again, a little bit more challenging, squeezing, and then coming out. You're only doing that for 30 seconds on each side. Then you're going to take a full 1 to 2 minute rest after you get done with all three of those exercises before moving on to the pull portion. In this section of the video, we're going to be going over now more of the motions that are focused on pulling or using our back muscles. This first one, you're going to want to use an anchor point, so you can use a door or the door frame itself to hold on to. You just want to have something you can wrap both hands around right now. All we're going to do on this one, we're going to hold onto the door frame just like so, and I'm going to use my lats to try to pull myself over and bring my feet actually up towards me. So all I'm trying to do is I'm trying to flex my pelvis and bring it up and over with driving my lats. So I'm going to squeeze my lats down, bring myself up. Squeeze my lats down, bring myself up. Good. And if this is feeling a little bit too difficult, you do not have to get that kind of height out of it. All we want to see is that you're just squeezing with your feet raised. Big squeeze with the lats, raise the feet. Just like that. You should feel that core get engaged as you squeeze your lats. Great work. After that, we're going to go 30 seconds on that, take a 30-second break. Next, we're going to get into plank saws. From here, we're going to get into a plank position just like so. Give yourself some comfortable area that you can slide on the floor maybe or anything like that to help you out. And all we're going to do on this one, I'm going to extend my arms, bring them down to my side. Extend my arms, bring them down to my side. Just let my feet slide across the floor as I drag my elbows down. Okay, again, if that feels a little bit too difficult for you, easier regression will be just to come up and you're just going to hold and squeeze and pull them down. Squeeze those elbows, pull them down towards those sides. You'll feel everything fire right back through this area. Should get a nice burn from that too. Last but not least, we're going to get into our isometric towel rep. Like I said, I'll be showing you what you can do with bands with this one as well. All you're doing is you're holding onto this towel. You're trying to flex some of your elbows, point up towards the sky as you try to pull this apart. It's obviously not going to move very much, so make sure that you just keep that tension in the back part of your shoulders right back here. If you have an exercise band at home or anything else that you want to use, all you have to do, same exact concept. Make it a little bit easier, loop less of the strap, pull back. Again, you're doing all these exercises for 30 seconds, a 30-second break, and when you get done with all three exercises, you'll take a full minute break before doing another full cycle. After 3 cycles, you can move on to our next section. For the last section of today, we're going to be focusing a little bit more on accessory work and core, like I said. All we're going to get started with, we're going to be doing some tricep dips using this couch level surface right here. You can have your feet directly underneath your knees as you start by bending your elbows just until you drop yourself down, and then bring yourself right back up, pressing through. Or if that feels a little too easy, kick those feet out. Make that anchor point a little bit further away from yourself so you have more weight that you have to press back up. Okay? Again, to make that a little bit easier, the more weight that you bring underneath yourself, the easier this is going to become. Okay? You're doing that for 30 seconds on and 30 seconds off. Next, what we're going to get into, some plank shoulder taps. Again, this one's going to be focusing on your core a little bit, as well as those shoulders. Have a nice wide base of support. As we get started with this one, I'm slowly just going to bring a hand up just to tap and tap. Again, we're not trying to let our hips roll. As we come up on this one, we want to keep everything centered, basing down, squeezing that core nice and tight each way. If that feels a little bit too tough, you can always drop yourself down to knees as well. That'll give you a little bit more anchor, a little bit more support. Also, if this feels a little bit too easy, you can also bring yourself up, narrow that base behind you, and now this should become a lot more difficult as you try to balance out 3 points instead of 4. Okay, for our last exercise today, we're going to do an isometric towel curl just to get the biceps a little involved. I like to do this one seated. I'm just going to simply grab the towel, bring my shoulders back, elbows to the side, and I'm just going to squeeze this towel up as much as I can. You should stop before reaching up to your shoulders. That's great. As long as you're somewhere within that contractile range, you should feel all that pump going to the biceps. You're going to hold that for about 30 seconds, okay? So you're just going to keep squeezing. After you're done, don't be afraid to shake out your arms a little bit. Alright? Again, you're going to do all of these exercises 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. You're going to go through all 3 exercises, take a full minute to 2 minute rest, and then do that 2 or 3 times depending on your current conditioning level. Thanks so much, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.